Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back, it's Thursday after all, once more, with more of our What If F1 Went To series. Of course, a real Formula 1 this weekend heads back to the Jeddah Corniche circuit, of course known as the fastest street circuit in the world. However, iRacing doesn't have Jeddah as a venue because, I mean, I would love to see iRacing add the circuit to their rostrum at some point, but we haven't got Monaco. Don't quite think we're going to get Jeddah anytime soon on the platform, but that got me thinking, you know, classic Formula 1 street circuits, and I don't think many rank higher than Long Beach. So that's where I thought today we'd take the Mercedes W12. Of course, if you aren't already, please do make sure you get yourself subscribed. A massive thank you as well. We've now smashed through 39,000 subscribers and making good progress towards 40k here on YouTube as well. So, you know, if you're not already and you do go on to enjoy the content, please do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed as well for more Formula 1. But yeah, Long Beach though, 1.9 miles. Obviously, normally, this track feels not short by any means, but certainly yeah, it's not a long circuit in motorsport. I think today we're probably going to fly around this place rather quickly there. Of course, Long Beach, of course, hosted Grand Prix back in the mid-70s and early 80s, I want to say. In fact, I think it was the late 70s and the early 80s. Didn't have a particularly long stay on the F1 calendar, but is certainly very, very iconic, of course, in IndyCar and the like as well. Also has, I think, one of the longest pit lane per sort of track length I think I've ever seen in the world as well there. So as we rock down the pit lane, let's get that limiter off and let's head out then on to Long Beach. It's been a while actually since I've driven this track, of course. I've only really ever driven it on iRacing and then Forza Motorsport, but yeah, certainly I'm sure a lot of you guys, especially my American followers, will be very much aware of this track. You know, it's got everything. A fountain and that roundabout section there, one of the tightest hairpins in the world. It's pretty much as sharp, I think, maybe even sharper actually, than the Lowe's hairpin as well there. And of course, it's a street track. It's a classic street track. It's fairly bumpy as well there. But I mean, IndyCar race around here, so it's not completely sort of stupid to try and take an F1 car around here. Of course, also, I think one of the most famous things ever to happen around Long Beach was, of course, Keke Rosberg doing a full 360 down in towards this corner. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen the clip online of Keke Rosberg in that classic Williams trying to have a look up the inside of another driver down in towards that 90-degree right-hander. Yeah, that was here at Long Beach where he did that insane 360 and then carried on going. Didn't lose a place, didn't do anything. It kind of just looked like it was fake. I think for a lot of people as well, you know, I think there's been a few F1 conspiracies that have stemmed from that one. Just going to start saving the battery when we get ready to go for our proper laps there. But yeah, certainly a lot of history though around this circuit. And yeah, that I think, like I said, is probably the most iconic Formula 1 moment there's ever been around this track. But of course, yeah, Long Beach steeped in history though, as we almost overstep it through the first couple of corners there. Like I said, I've driven this track on Forza as well though, but it is a whole different kettle of fish, like always on iRacing. Now, in real life, track limits are the red lines around the circuit there, so you can see we're just on that at the moment. Does therefore mean you've got a little bit of room to manoeuvre outside of those, but I'm pretty certain iRacing, yeah, will give you a 1x if you run outside of those track limits there. But as we head back down in towards the final couple of turns once again, of course, this section of circuit, very, very famous as well, of course, used in Formula Drift, if I'm not mistaken there. But yeah, I'm pretty certain that whole area of the track is a car park there. And yeah, then you head back, dart through the wall on the right-hand side there if you want to try and dive into the pit lane. So this huge, huge run through the flat-out section back down. Well, I guess that's probably turn one, but yeah, really, this is sort of the first proper braking zone of the lap there. Yeah, very, very long pit lane out through that final corner. But yeah, I think quite a lot, though, of American series do head back to Long Beach. I'm pretty certain, I want to say IMSA. I'm pretty certain they still race around here as well, of course. Gets a little bit chaotic with the LMP2s there, of course, just that bit faster and with a bit more downforce than the Daytona prototypes used to have. So, you know, it's certainly a track that still sees a lot of racing action over the course of the year as well there, as much as you probably can on the beachfront. You know, I think motorsport, it's slowly coming back into favour with a lot of people again, but of course you can't really argue against the emissions and everything like that and the pollutants that it does. But sim racing, you get very little of that in comparison there. Formula E, of course, has also done a little bit of racing around this track very, very long ago now. I mean, it's really the perfect sort of track for Formula E as well there. But yeah, so far, lap time, new personal best there of a 104.8. I guess we'll do this last sort of sighter lap and then try and go for sort of a proper lap around this circuit as well. There's, yeah, that braking zone into there. Super, super difficult to try and get it hooked up. I also am going to have to try and put ourselves onto a set of these soft compound tyres as well pretty soon. And that seems like a pretty good time to try and put those soft compound tyres on there. Only just scraping out a little bit too wide out in towards the, well, I guess it's not really the back straightaway there, but that little flat out section. Let's just have a look. How much damage do we actually do in that situation? This is the other great thing about iRacing with the damage model. Don't think we actually did too much there. Seems like we actually got a lot of the car sort of away from the barrier. Yeah, we just sort of bent the front wing in ever so slightly in that instance, as you can just see, slowing it down. This is why I love iRacing. Yeah, little boop there, but I think we might unlock the steering rack out slightly, but surprisingly, yeah, not too much damage from that one. Let's whack on a set of soft compound tyres. There also make sure we take a load of fuel out of the car. And let's go for some attack mode laps then here from Long Beach. The ride height is going to be way too high as well. There we go. That's all right. What on earth is going on? Let me tweak the setup and we'll be back. Right, so got onto the new setup then, made a few tweaks to the car in the end. I say how much I love iRacing for things like the replay system and the damage model. Not always such a fan of when it goes, your car's not legal, you can't race it. It's, yeah, very, very different to F1 still at the end of the day. But, yeah, just going to save up the battery though, make sure we got all that we need ready to go for an attacking lap then. No idea, to be honest, as to what sort of times we should be expecting here. Will a sub 1 be possible? I think we're going to have to try and do it, a bit like we did at Brands Hatch a couple of weeks back. That was still, I think, one of the hardest challenges I've ever tried to do in this Mercedes AMG W12. But heading back down the back straightaway, just trying to get some heat into the tyres as well. Obviously, really do start the lap down at the hairpin. So let's go quali mode, and then let's really try and open up the final corner as well. They want to head nice and deep on the way in, right up towards the AA insurance line there, and then roll on the power out of the final corner there. Still wants to snap on you in the lower gears, but let's go for our first sort of a proper attacking lap then here from Long Beach. It seems very, very weird to see an F1 car back here. Try and get over the line as best as possible, and immediately that's going to be a no from iRacing. Cannot get any wheels over the red line through that first corner there. But I mean, even just during that short little blast, we used over 20% of the battery. We'll go again. Right, second time then. Let's see if we can try and get the lap hooked up just a little bit better there. We'll try to avoid all the bumps on the outside of the final corner. It's again back end trying to break free in third gear. When you remember how fat the rear tyres are on these cars, that's kind of insane to think about. But so much torque from this Mercedes. Let's really try and concentrate though. Don't get over that red line in towards turn 1. Stupidly late on the anchors. Again into the hairpin. Oh, running a little bit deep there through the roundabout. Sorry, not the hairpin. And yeah, so many iconic corners though around this venue. Just, oh no! Oh, don't hit the wall. Don't hit the wall, Matt. With all the bumps, this is a proper test of my skill in a Formula 1 car there. You know, I love racing on the F1 games, but it's a whole different kettle of fish on iRacing. Let's see if we can try and tip it around. Don't want to put too much through those rear tyres there, but this is a bigger challenge than I thought it would be. You know, you never sort of appreciate, especially in like a GT3 car or a GT4, it's sort of how bumpy this track still is. I'm pretty certain the Mercedes W12 Series heads here at some point later on in the calendar. That is going to be a mammoth challenge of a Grand Prix, but yeah, pretty difficult actually to try and get this thing hooked up over that one lap there, especially with all the bumps. You're very much just trying to hang on with the car, but they often say third time's the charm in racing. Let's see if this time round, don't hit the wall. Let's go again. Got 2 laps of fuel left. We've got to make it count, I suppose. Just trying to keep it as close to the wall on the inside there as you try and give yourself the shortest run back down towards turn 1. Third gear through the first corner there, gets close to the wall on the exit. Having to brake a lot earlier in towards there, but that was a lot better. So you just try and hope that you've judged it right and you get nice and close to the walls on the exit. This is where we looped it around last time, as we just give ourselves a 0x there. That shouldn't be any damage, that little bit of contact with the wall as well. Just absolutely pinned on corner entry there, trying to know that the car will grip up. I don't think Toto's going to be too happy with us with that one. No, we've got damage, Jeff. I've just walloped the wall trying to head out of the corner there. I think optimistic was the way we're going to describe that one, to be honest. You can just see, tried to turn in at the 100-meter board there. Still doing well over 100 miles an hour on corner entry. You can just see the front tyre's already given up. And that is a horrible, horrible corner when you get it wrong, because there is nothing you can do pretty quickly there. And, yeah, I think eaten the barrier in that situation. But you can just see all of the suspension and everything like that hanging up better than I thought it would. But, yeah, let's get back out there. I want to try and get a proper lap in. We go again then. This time around, I think we're not going to be able to commentate over this. I need all of my brain power for a lap at Long Beach. I mean, it kind of worked in old Formula 1 cars. You know, they were tiny, though, when you compare them to the modern Grand Prix cars of this day and age. And I think the F1 2022 cars look even bigger, to be honest. Scraping away, though, as we head back in towards T1. Oh, big kick of oversteer there, as we asked maybe a bit too much of the rears. What is wrong with me? This is really, really difficult there, but I'm dead set on getting a lap in. Sometimes you guys say you like to watch me struggle to sort of launch a Formula 1 car around a venue there, and I mean, I want to see how close we were to the wall on the exit. You don't get much closer than that, especially with that snap of oversteer. Right, sweat mode, Matt, and actually mean it this time. No talking. Let's get a lap here at Long Beach. Sweat mode has to make a return on the channel for this one, because this is certainly a difficult challenge. Oh, big lockup. Oh, no! No! Oh, no! I've thrown it away at the final corner. I can't believe I've done that right at the end of the lap there, but we're going to have to go again. Oh, no! Try and roll on the throttle out of the final turn. We were about, I think we were on for a 1 minute flat. Not sure it was going to be the 59-second lap I was after, but just snagged the brakes at the final corner, got way too optimistic, and that came back to bite me. At the final corner then, what's this lap gonna be there as we really try and kick out the back as we head up towards the line? Is it gonna be the 59 seconds? Oh no! 1 minute and 4 thousandths of a second there. I've got to do one more. I cannot leave it at that close to 59 seconds. That one is well and truly heartbreaking. Right, last chance then. Try to get some heat into the tyres on this outlap. And I cannot believe we were 4 thousandths of a second out there. But we can do this. I know we can do this. That's literally a gear change at a slightly different time. And those are the fine margins we're dealing with at the moment. Nice run out the final corner. Longest run back towards the line. Last chance. Come on, Long Beach. Give it to me. Come on, we're thousandths of a second up after a massive near miss. Down through one of the right-handers. Just got to keep it clean and committed. Oh, bit deep. Come on. Get the car back. Oh, we're not going to do it. It's not going to be enough. I don't even think we're going to improve, are we? It's going to be a 1 minute point 3. I don't even know if we've got enough battery left, but I'm going for one last-ditch attempt here. We've only got 20% left in the battery. I don't think this is going to do it. No! You can't say I wasn't committed there. Right towards the end of the session, but just, yeah, didn't quite have enough left in the tyres through the final couple of corners there. I think I weirdly got a very, very good run through the final few corners on that other lap there. Just managed to get the car slowed down and it tipped in. But let's just watch this then. Full commitment, full bravery. It kind of reminded me actually of Max Verstappen's incident last year at Jeddah there in qualifying, where he's just overstepped the mark, but you know you've got to try and keep your foot in there. Didn't quite get the car over on the apex there, and I think we actually hit the first wall, don't we? Just on the lip there. Front tyres don't hit it. Rear skims it straight into the second barrier there. And yeah, 3 wheels on the wagon. That is a heartbreaking end to this little experiment there. But Formula 1 at Long Beach, modern cars, carnage. No other word to describe it. It would be carnage and chaos there, and probably, yeah, as a lot of these older street circuits tend to be, very, very boring, I would have thought as well. There not much room for overtaking there. Probably a little bit better than Monaco with the run back down towards turn 1, but certainly nothing to write home about. But thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed. And yeah, we'll be back very, very soon with more Formula 1 content. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel members. So a massive thank you to all of the names you see on your screens currently for helping support the channel. You can join them by clicking the join button down below. And yeah, thank you once again to everyone that continues all the insane support on my work.